Yeah, on a Sunday morning. Okay. Can we test check on Rose? Test check, chickadee check, 1, 2. Chicken. The rose of Benishir, his gold voice gleams on the mountain streams like sunlight on his hair. He will gird me round in garlands, he will hold me thornless close. He will kiss me soft and gentle as the dew upon the rose, and will lie among the heather in a bed of mountain air. My hawk, my dove, my light, my love, my rose of Benishir.
Good morning, church. It is 9:55. I will read the announcements to ensure that those who are visually impaired are aware of what's going on. The Change for Change recipient for the second quarter, April through June of 23, is the Border Servant Corps. This charitable organization operates a hospitality center to help asylum seekers get to their sponsors in the United States. Migrants usually only spend 1 or 2 nights at the center as they exit the ICE buses that bring them to Las Cruces. It is their first breath of freedom in this country and is a very special moment for them. The center staff and its volunteers, at least 8 members of this congregation, volunteer at this center. Volunteer sign-ups for the auction will be today after this service. Please see Sarah Thomas at the volunteer sign-up table to reserve your slot. We appreciate our volunteers without whom the auction couldn't happen. There is no climate action group meeting on tomorrow. The next meeting will be a week from tomorrow. Next Sunday will be Easter Sunday, and we will remember and honor our family members and loved ones who have died in the last year. If you would like Reverend Gary Kowalski to include a name in a prayer or remembrance, please contact him at Reverend Kowalski at UUCLC.org. The First Christian Church of Las Cruces, with whom we have partnered on a number of things, operates a pantry for HIV sufferers. Saturday, April 15th at Downtown Blues Coffee, that's 130 South Main Street, from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., there is a community-wide event that will help restock this underfunded pantry. On April 19th, another set of singer-songwriters, Emma's Revolution, will return to Las Cruces and the UU Church of Las Cruces. After a long hiatus, this concert will celebrate the release of their CDs, Rooted and Evolution, which were released in 2021. Tickets are $20 in advance and $25 at the door. There's a long link that's in your announcements that will take you to whatever Pat and Sandy have for selling tickets. Yeah, find it, click it, or come to the door. On the 21st at 5:30 p.m., a.m. is just a little bit too early, at Paisano Cafe, there will be an eating out event, and that's at 1740 Calle de Mercado. Real Mexican food elevated with vegan and vegetarian options. All are welcome, but reservations are needed by the 20th, 10 a.m. Go to Eating Out at uuchurchlc.org or call Janet Martinique. An all-church email was sent yesterday alerting everyone to the streaming change from Zoom to YouTube. Immediately following our service, Charlie Schulz will host a Zoom meeting to explain the reasons for the change. The link for the meeting is in an email titled Worship Alert. Okay, watch for an email today for online auction, gate, and raffle tickets. Are you going to send out a message also?
Yes, we'll do that.
Yeah, huh? Okay. Thank you very much for listening to the announcements.
Good morning. And welcome. So good to see you all today. I have been away watching the amazing rhythm and tempo of Caitlin Clark, who is the greatest basketball player right now. Watch her later today. Our gathering song is Over My Head, which is in your gray hymnal number 30, but we'll sing it together. The words will be up on the screen. And please feel free to add harmony and movement and anything else you wish to bring it from inside, from your heart. So please rise in body or spirit as we sing this together.
Over my head.
I hear music in the air. Over my head. I hear music in the air. Over my head. I hear music in the air. There must be a God somewhere. Over my head, I hear singing in the air. Over my head, I hear singing in the air. Over my head, I hear singing in the air. There must be a God somewhere. Over my head, I see trouble in the air. Over my head, I see trouble in the air. Over my head, I see trouble in the air. There must be a God somewhere. Over my head, I feel gladness in the air. Over my head, I feel gladness in the air. Over my head, I feel gladness in the air. There must be a God somewhere. Over my head, I see angels in the air. Over my head, I see angels in the air. Over my head, I see angels in the air. There must be a God somewhere.
Thank you, Catherine. Now, church, we have sung that song often enough for you to know that there is a pause. All right, okay. All right, good morning, church. I wish to formally welcome you to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Las Cruces. We welcome those of you who are in our sanctuary this morning, and no, didn't delete that line. All right, sorry about that. Old Time Pharmaceuticals is our service leader this morning, and I'm Haney Pearson, your service associate. Kelly Ingram is our director of religious education, and Catherine Massey is our director of music and person who scheduled tickets, flights, and reservations at hotels to a basketball regional and did not say a word to her basketball junkie until after it was all done. Just saying. Our greeters today are Diane Lee, Peggy Devlin, and Steve Hitchka. Managing our technology are Elwin Nunn on camera, Mike Yasko and Claire Neal Wallace handling video streaming and audio. The Board of Trustees is offering hospitality after the service. All of us are delighted to be with you today. Unitarian Universalism has no creed nor dogma. We are a covenant-based church, meaning that we agree to live in relationship with one another according to the principles of the Unitarian Universalist Association and our congregation's covenant of right relations. You can learn more about our church on our website, uuchurch.org. If you are visiting with us today, we'd like to meet you. Please rise in body or spirit to introduce yourself by telling us who you are and where you are from. But wait for the microphone so that all may hear. Do we have visitors brave enough to? Oh, wait a minute. Well, I'm going to wait. They're going to introduce themselves once they start their business. Okay. Do we have any other visitors? No? Okay. Yeah, okay. Hi.
I'm Paula Bowles, and I'm from here.
Okay, that's good.
Thank you.
All right. Welcome, Paul. Oh, hey, Jody. Back here? No? Oh, no, that's not a visitor. That's Jerry. Huh? You're just resting. Okay. All right. Well, Paula, I want to thank you for being brave enough to stand up amid this congregation and introduce yourself. All right. We are pleased that you have joined us, so if you would fill out a visitor's card and drop it in the collection plate, we would appreciate that. And everyone here is invited to attend the Unitarian Universalist communion with coffee, cookies, and conversation after the service, just down the breezeway and outside the religious education building. And now, beloved congregation, my friends, Brooks Lewis and Steve Hitchcock, have a special presentation for you.
Hey, we do have another visitor. Please rise as you're able and honor our governor, Michelle Gerson. We want her, she's here today to announce a special
Thank you.
Buenos días, Iglesia Universal Unitarianismo de las Cruces. Gracias a UUCLC. Gracias. Thanks for all you are. Seriously, as you know, I am signing a law providing $500 tax refund for every New Mexican who filed taxes for 2021. Of course, you know you can spend that money as you wish for chocolate Easter bunnies or Peeps or perhaps a lovely bonnet for yourself or your partner. Because $500 is $500 and it's all yours. And those checks should clear just in time for UULC's Down to Earth auction on April the 22nd. Oh. There are over 200 items and events offered in the auction, and I already bought tickets for those 2 nights at an Earthship in Taos. I'll see you there.
Give yourselves a big hand for being so generous. Come on the first day, April 22nd, for the auction and bring that money with you. Those funds will go toward financing our new contract unit. Yep. And it's going to sale today.
That wasn't supposed to happen. All right. These open words are an invocation for resistance by the Reverend David Breeden. Now, there is invoke, there is provoke, there is just broke, and there is awoke. There is justice, there is injustice, and there's just us to make justice and love happen. That's what I believe because I'm a free thinker. I believe it's only us together who can save ourselves. I'm going to convoke, C-O-N, with, to call together, to call together, to call to get with it. Let's convoke and provoke because those mad with power, those afraid of truth, shut down newspapers, bomb mosques, close churches, shut meetings down, and shut people up. If you have an address, you are in danger. But the poets, the writers, the artists, the dreamers of a freer way will persist, assist, and resist, invoking, evoking, provoking, convoking, and awakening the populace. You poets are the sacred. You prophet artists are the hope. You are the resistance. Today's chalice lighting is Blessed Are We by Andrea Hawkins Kemper, editor-in-chief at Soulfire, a Unitarian Universalist ministry in Rock Island, Illinois. Blessed are we who gather with open hearts together in this space today. Blessed are we, the chalice lighters of resistance, justice, love, and faith. Blessed are we, the heretics, the outcasts, the walkers of our own way. Blessed are we, the border crossers, the refugees, the immigrants, the poor, the passers-by, the cause takers, the defiant, the compliant. Blessed are we, the hand extenders, the sign makers, the protesters, the protectors. Blessed are we, the trans women, the trans men, the non-binary, the cisgender, the multigender, the no gender. Blessed are we, the friend, the stranger, the lonely, the hidden, the visible, the authentic. Blessed are we who rise in solidarity. Blessed are we who cannot. Blessed are we who do not. Blessed are we, for this is our beloved community, and this is who we are. Would you rise and say with me the affirmation of covenant for this church? Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is our sacrament, and service is our prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve others in community, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with creation. Thus do we covenant with one another.
Good morning, church. Today's Time for All Ages is the book Say Something by Peter Hamilton Reynolds. The world needs your voice. Mine? Yes, yours. Go ahead. It doesn't need to be perfect as long as it's from your heart. You don't have to be loud. Powerful words can be a whisper. You can say something in so many ways, with words, with action, with creativity. If you see someone lonely, say something by just being there for them. If you see an empty canvas, say something with your brush. If you see an empty lot, say something by planting a seed and watching it bloom. If you see someone being hurt, say something by being brave. Hey, stop! If you see something beautiful, say something with a poem. Painted meadows splashed with rainbows. If you have a brilliant idea, say something with confidence. Eureka! If you want to show the world who you are, say something with style. Ta-da! If you are angry, say something to help people understand. You made me feel invisible. That really hurt. I'm really sorry. If you see an injustice, say something peacefully. No more hurting people. Inspire others to do the same. Peace, love, shalom. Sometimes you'll say something and no one will be listening. But keep saying what is in your heart, and you will find someone who listens. Keep saying it, and you may be surprised to find the whole world listening. If you are grateful for being alive, quietly say something to the stars, to the universe. Some people find it easier to say something than others. I hope, I believe, I wish, together we can. I'm ready to change the world, I imagine. But everyone has something to say. So when you're ready, say something. Your voice can inspire, heal, and transform. Your voice can change the world. Are you ready to say something? Thank you.
Okay. Our opening hymn this morning is number 1007. There's a river flowing in my soul. Would you please rise in body and or spirit? Yeah. One of the ways we support one another in community is through the sharing of joys and sorrows and milestones. If you have a joy, sorrow, or milestone to share, please raise a hand and I will bring you the microphone. Just remember that this is not a time for announcements. Do we have such?
Good morning. I have both a joy and a sorrow. 2 weeks ago was the anniversary of my wife's passing at 49 years old, and she passed on the 24th of March. On the 26th of March was her 50th birthday. So that's my sorrow. My joy is that last week, my oldest son, Bill, and his wife, Hillary, get it, Bill and Hillary? They came from San Mateo, California, flew to Phoenix, went up to the Grand Canyon, came down to the Gila and saw the cliff dwellings, and then came to my house for 4 nights. So that is truly a joy, because it's the last of my 3 kids to visit my home here in Las Cruces. So that's a true joy, and that trumped the other one, so to speak.
Hi, my name is Lindsay. My joy is that my youngest will be 16 this week on April 5th. Many of you know her. They grew up in this church. So, my baby's 16. Did you have one?
For all those afflicted with sciatica, I feel your pain. You have my love, and I accept your love. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Katie, and you have heard me speak in the past about my younger sister. She is a third of the way through her radiation treatment. It's tough going. So any prayers, any good thoughts, send out to the universe for Beth Taylor, please.
Hi, this is Elwin Nunn. I've been wanting to say this for a long time. 77 years ago. 77 years ago, I was counting the days until my placenta lease was up, and I would be kicked out into the real world. I still had 9 days to go. Thank you.
I'm Grace. Got some not so happy news. Got rear-ended in El Paso a couple weeks ago. Luckily, no injuries. And as it stands now, knock on wood, my car is repairable. And luckily, although the insurance aftermath is always more fun than a barrel of monkeys, our insurance have been very cooperative. So hopefully I'll have my repaired car back at the beginning of May.
Margaret has an announcement.
Well, I don't know if I can get through it, but on April 4th is our 59th wedding anniversary. And we met in September, teaching in the same school in Southern California. By Christmas, we were engaged. We got married at Easter and had to quit our jobs because they wouldn't allow married people to teach in the same school. Orange County, and went to Europe for a year and got to know each other.
I'm Carol Bloom, and I'm going to ask for some thoughts for my nephew, Will, who is a trans man who doesn't think that world has a place for him. He's in the hospital, again, for about the 4th time with pancreatitis. He thinks he's drinking himself out of this world, and we're all very worried about him.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Kevin, and I have a milestone. Last night we had our very first Moon Shadow Covenant group meeting, and everybody had a wonderful time, and just happy to start something fresh and new here in the church.
I had a long email from Dick Bagby yesterday in which he gave the history of his problems. He has had a very extensive surgery, and he will be starting chemo in a couple of weeks. And because they had to cut off part of the pancreas, he says he has diabetes now. But that is a known disease other than what the crap he had going on before. So it looks like he's going to be okay. He didn't say anything about Susan. I offer this prayer for moving forward by the Reverend Joe Von Rue, serving First Parish in Concord, Mass, as the minister in residence. Spirit of life and love, God of many names and yet none at all, our hearts are stretched thin. We see and hear the devaluing of people of color, of those with disabilities, of women, of immigrants. This list, incomplete as it is exhausting. And yet we hold fast because we carry hope in our hearts. Hope that together we can dismantle systems of oppression. Hope that the collective of American humanity will look at one another and say, this has got to change. However thin our resilience may be wearing, we do not give up, nor do we give in. We look around and see our friends and neighbors carrying signs, moving and marching together because we must not give up. We join thousands of people in the streets. We move for justice, we live for peace. We will not rest until we are heard. We will not rest until equity is made more real all around us. And Spirit of life, we look within our own hearts to the burning coal that is at the center of our being, the place where our hope for the world lives, the place where our faith in humanity resides, and there we find the strength and courage to continue moving forward, however muddy and rough the path may be. Amen. Unitarian Universalists, well, I wrote this, I don't know how many people read it. Unitarian Universalists have been at the forefront of fighting for the rights for marginalized people. Today we are faced with a different problem. We are trying to maintain these rights. We are trying to resist the movement, not only in this country, but it seems like halfway around the world, to deprive people of their rights. And to help you with this, I have invited Old Time Pharmaceuticals to give you some stories of resistance.
Thank you for having us. We are the Old Time Pharmaceuticals, your local provisioners of recreational and therapeutic folk music. And like Amy said, we're here today because there's a lot to learn about resistance from the etymology of the word poet. In the original Greek, poet was poietes, or maker, a maker that may or not be capitalized. And the idea is that language, in thought and speech, is an instrument for making and remaking the world. In a similar point from the Abrahamic traditions, the world comes into being through divine language. Let there be. It is now and has always been a time of creation and recreation, and a great deal depends on how we complete the sentence, let there be. Since control of the structure of the world comes first from control of the stories of the world. Of course, words aren't magic. We don't make a more just and peaceful world by language alone. But words and thoughts make action, and words and thoughts make models of how the world could be, and words and thoughts help us work together. And these things do let us change the world, through the chain of effects emanating from the breath, let there be. And since the shaping of reality comes first from the shaping of thought, words words matter a great deal. It's not surprising then that as part of the pro-democracy movement in Spain under the Franco dictatorship, the organizers of that pro-democracy movement invited a rather well-known freedom singer to come give a concert in 1973 in Barcelona, right under the faces of the Franco regime. And Pete Seeger, of course, immediately said, "I'll be there." But just as he's about to walk to the stage, a rather stern-looking fellow in jackboots hands a rather thick pile of documents to him and says something along the lines of, "Welcome to Spain, Mr. Seeger. Here's a list of all the songs you're not allowed to sing." And Pete looks down at it and says, "Well, that looks a lot like my set list." But then his characteristic smile comes back, and he walks to the stage. And that's where this particular song starts. Shapes the world, it shapes us first, too. Who here hasn't been changed by an idea, even one that's traveled across time and distance and even death? In a very real sense, the dearest wisdoms of those who came before us can be reborn in us, changing our characters, changing our actions, and ultimately changing the world. It is our responsibility to carry forward the stories, ideas, and examples of those who strove for justice and freedom, so that we can be changed by their stories, and so that the changes in us can help change the world. This next song is one such story. Of a congressman, a song in honor of him, but of a congressman who was born into slavery in 1839. This is the true story of Captain Robert Smalls.
Well, come and do the ship tonight.
Robert Smalls was elected to several terms in Congress representing North Carolina, where he was a tireless advocate of equality and educational opportunity. And in continuance of his work, all of the revenues from that song go directly to the school named in his honor in his birthplace, Beaufort, South Carolina. All 50 bucks so far or so. Little things add up. This next song is also a true story. One that needs to be shared a little more widely. This is Joan and Victor Hara.
Once I had a kind young man, husband and lover. Once I had a kind young man, a long time ago. Santiago's fearless singer, and Lord, I loved so. Cold is the wind that blows down the Andes. Green is the grave where my victor sleeps. But I swear by all the love he gave me, death is not defeat. Victor had a gentle heart, deep as the rivers. Victor laid oppression low by voice and by pen. And when the fascists seized our country, their soldiers came for him. Cold is the wind that blows down the Andes. Green is the grave where my victor sleeps. But I swear by all the love he gave me, death is not defeat. Caged in Chile Stadium, handcuffed and beaten, Victor raised his voice to sing, "We shall overcome." And as the veil of death descended, he sang above the gun. Cold is the wind that blows down the Andes. Green is the grave where my victor sleeps. But I swear by all the love he gave me, death is not defeat. Then they came to burn his songs and silence his singing. Then they came to still that voice of hope and of peace. But in the night I'd crossed the border, and his music was with me. Often the song will outlive the singer. Surely the harvest will outlast the seed. And all the world, from Dar to Belfast, will hear my victor sing. Cold is the wind that blows down the Andes. Green to change the ending. Death is not defeat. Death is not defeat.
Through language, through the continuance of our stories, death isn't defeat. Our dearest wisdoms can be immortal, and the heroism of those who came before us can be carried through us into future generations and future worlds, even as we work to craft our own stories of greater and greater justice, peace, and freedom. But the stories have to be told, the ideas have to be shared. The call to resist oppression is then, first, a call to be poetics, a call to remake the world through language. What stories then will you tell? And how will you, and how will we, continue that prayer? Let there be. Simeo, raised on traditional folk music, fell in love with its stories and its power. Thank you. Wow, that's rather clear. I'm Pat DeSimio. I was raised on traditional folk music by a couple in the front row here. And I fell in love with its storytelling, its power, and I really wanted there to be more traditional folk music in the world, but they don't seem to be making it anymore. I decided not to let that stop me to the best of my abilities, though. And I found a few musicians to help me carry those stories and bring some new songs into the world. It's Abby Naira.
Good morning, folks. Thank you so much for welcoming us into your beautiful community. My name is Abby Naira. I've been a musician active here in the Las Cruces area since 2006 and play an array of instruments depending on how the ADHD guides me. So very, very happy to be here.
My name is Spencer Taylor. I think it's really an honor and a blessing and a privilege to be here with you all this morning. As Abby said, beautiful community. And I joined the Old Time Pharmaceuticals as a great opportunity to play this Irish drum, which kind of goes back to my family heritage in Galway, Ireland.
All right. Two people can keep each other sane, can give support, conviction. Three people are a delegation. A dozen make a demonstration. 100 fill a hall. 1,000 have solidarity. It starts when you say we and know who you mean, and each day you mean one more. That quote was taken from the poem The Low Road by Marge Piercy, and frankly, it made me think of this church. For there is so much we can accomplish when we pool our resources. This Sunday marks the beginning of a new quarter and a new recipient for our Change for Change program, the Porter Servant Corps.
I'm busting out on picket fenced in posies with my jacket smoking from the glares I've left behind. But if Mama built the planes for fighting Nazis who surprised her daughter had set her mind to fly, Rosie is the sky that shines before me, blessed by the bridges I have burned. Many are the ways, but few the right ones, and I'm alright with torching the wrong turns. I know this tallest nail summons down the hammer. Bow your head and bend your body down is what they'll say. But I've seen the skyway that my mama made me. I am soaring through it, shouting backward bombs away. Rosie is the sky that shines before me, blessed by the bridges I have burned. Many are the ways, but few the right ones, and I'm alright with torching the wrong turns. I have seen this world above the highest ceiling. I have seen how small we are within our little place. I will chart the way by my stars and by my sextant. I will set my children free with every bound I break. Rosie is the sky that shines before me, blessed by the bridges I have burned. Many are the ways, but few the right ones, and I'm alright with torching the wrong turns. Rosie is the sky that shines before me, blessed by the bridges I have burned. Many are the ways, but few the right ones, and I'm alright with torching the wrong turns.
Hey. All right. Our closing hymn is going to be number 156, O Freedom. Would you please rise in body and spirit to sing with us? Bass line. Bass line. We'll hear their closing words now. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it can be a little bit tricky to keep ourselves going mainly to help keep myself motivated.
Sorry, before that, I'm just going to do a little run. It gets cold.
The long, long road, we're up and going, can't you feel the wheels a-rolling? And there ain't no paradise you get to alone, it's only all together we go. And we know though only love can save us, grace and mercy play their parts when the lines dividing good from evil run through every human heart. Down the long, long road, we're up and going, can't you feel the wheels a-rolling? And there ain't no paradise you get to alone, it's only all together we go. We remember all the ones before us who have borne us far along this way, and we'll do our parts in this great journey toward the world we'll make one day. Down the long, long road, we're up and going, can't you feel the wheels a-rolling? And there ain't no paradise you get to alone, it's only all together we go. It's only all together we go. It's only all together we go.
We've been watching her just go from instrument to instrument. They couldn't fit the harp in, but she does play that, and you can see it on their website. Would you repeat with me the words for extinguishing the flame? We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
Born in hope in round unbroken, birdsong rings in dawnburst boughs. How like an egg the ice is cracking over the wildly hatching ground. Bells ring, ring for the green gold spring, the frozen world is greening. As earth, sea, and sky sing, 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 praise for the life returning. Streamlets flash with fresh thought laughter, snowdrops pop from new soft earth.
Joy is a leaf bug as it dances, all in the rhythm of rebirth. Bells ring, ring for the green gold spring. The frozen world is greening. As earth, sea, and sky sing, 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 sing. Praise for the life returning. Praise for the wheel and praise its turning. Praise for the ring in rights of blooms. Praise for the life that's ever living, born in all with the world made new. Bells ring, ring for the green gold spring. The frozen world is greening. As earth, sea, and sky sing, 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 sing. Praise for the life returning. Praise for the life returning.